Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Papa Joe for this week's edition of the Metal Shop Vlogs. We have some good friends of ours in the Metal Shop today, our friends in Rotten Disgust.
So,
What up?
Hey, if you have to
Hey.
give us a quick intro.
Tobo, vocalist.
roll guitar.
Toast. I don't play bass.
Raymond guitar.
Michael, I don't play drums either.
Cool. So this vlog has been a long time in the making. I remember talking to our friend Hobo when he was like in middle school at a backyard show about 6 years ago.
Multiple backyard shows.
Yeah, I mean that's the first time we met on fucking washing in the dirt and shit.
Kicking up dirt
Speaking of, dude, remember Warped Tour when you came? He went to Warped Tour
with the
was
white
wearing
shirt.
a white shirt, and by the time we left, it was all
It
brown.
was brown.
Valley kids, man. I tell you.
It looked like a cardboard
Hey,
box.
fucking Lower Valley, man.
Lower
Lower
Valley.
Kids, we don't die, we fucking multiply.
Niño de Juárez.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, but Hobo's been a real good friend of ours for a good while. He's that friend that just hung out with us after shows and stuff, and I don't know, he's like family to us, so it's really good to have him here.
Really good
Our,
having
our
you.
friend Raul, remember seeing him mosh at the War Room a lot. He was always there, like at all the shows and stuff.
Yep.
Really good memories. Our friend Toast, all the shows. I mean, I don't want to talk about all the bands he's been in because I'll give him the opportunity to do that. But he's been in the scene probably longer than all of us here.
Sounds about right.
Maybe as long as Judy, because she's been in the scene for a long time too. I remember seeing Michael. He played a show here one time at the Metal Shop with a friend of his, and Raymond. We known him from photo shoots he's done with like some of his former bands and stuff. As a matter of fact, another band he's currently in, we just
Fleshed
shot a
and
couple
Gutted.
weeks ago.
Yeah, it's Defleshed and Gutted, and the former band he's talking about is Infinite Plague.
Yeah. So we fucking crawled under the city's storm drains with Raymond and his former band. It was a blast. So we'll go ahead and get into it, man. Talk to us about Run Disgust and how you guys got together and started jamming.
Well, started off. Well, me and Hobo have been friends for like years. We go way back. So throughout that year, I always played guitar. He always screamed into mic, and we were always like, "Oh, we're gonna start a band together someday." And always had that mindset. And one day we tried starting a two-piece band with him on drums and me on on guitar, and we were both gonna like do vocals, but it didn't work out. We were like, "This just sounds terrible."
I don't know how
So-
to drum.
So years and years passed by. I kept trying to find drummers to like drum for us and all. 'Cause I've been having riff ideas since well now, till he came up on Facebook, hit me up. This is where I'm at now.
Nice. How did that happen?
I do vocals in another band called No Suffer, and the drummer in that band was like, "Hey, this kid is looking for a drummer, and you're not in a band right now playing drums, so you should hit him up." Hit up my boy Roy, and it's been Modelo time ever since.
Yeah, pretty much.
Modelo Negro time.
Modelo Negro time.
Okay, and so how did Michael
It
and
started
Raymond
off
get
as a
picture?
three-piece, just them. And then one time I went to their practice, and I dig their music.
Also, we would play
Yeah,
Dark
we-
Souls
we
a
would
lot
play video
together.
games. I
So
was
like
good
we
friends with
talked.
Raul.
And
And
I
we
was
were
like,
actually playing
yo,
Dark
just
Souls.
yeah, we'd be playing gaming together, and he asked me one day. I was like, "Oh, would you ever add another guitar to your band?" And I was like, "I would, but I wouldn't." And I asked him like, "If you're down, you could just help me out writing." Because I was going through mad writer's block. We wrote like 3 songs and three and a
I
half
think
songs.
I went over that day, and you taught me all the
Yeah.
songs that you guys knew.
Within one day, I taught him all the songs. He just
Really
kept
good
going to
decision.
practice. Yeah, and he helped us get our sound. We have
Kind of
right now.
morphed our sound, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Raul adds more of the hardcore element, and I add kind of the groovy, heavy riffs.
death metal.
And Toast just
That's more slammy vibe.
blasts and does
Yeah.
his thing.
I do the least. So
Nah, yeah.
you guys have
Toast.
seen.
Nah, you,
I joined the band like
Toast
super
hits
late
stuff
and
with
see like the
sticks,
whole
and this
thing.
guy just like
He's the
smacks the
newest
shit out of
member.
his
Yeah, I'm the
bass.
newest one. I know nothing.
If you look closely, his bass is pretty cracked.
I can't read.
from his thumbs.
Cool. So talk to us about your influences, like one by one.
you-
Well, honestly, mainly probably all the El Paso local hardcore bands really influenced it. Just growing up, going to shows, really the spot, Isleta, all that. Seeing all the bands growing up, Barbarian, Saberwolf, Du Bois, Clarity, Avondale, stuff way back there. I pretty much grew up seeing Toast drum, seeing people fight because of his little snare, stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah, Tennifer's.
What about your writing influence?
Writing influence, mainly David Bowie, as weird as it sounds considering our genre, but I really dig the whole storytelling, mainly writing about what pisses you off, not following norms in society, stuff like that. Really dig that. Growing up tough, stuff like that. Really
We actually
dig
have a
it.
song called Bowie too.
Named after David Bowie.
Nice.
Yeah.
Raul?
Mine at first, when I first started writing, it was more like Backtrack, Kublai Khan, Trapped Under Eyes. And then I saw Damien, I think one of the XPCX. I just heard their tone. It was like so perfect, spot on. I actually started talking more towards with Jerry from Damien. He's the reason how my tone sounds the way it sounds now. He helped me out. He told me what to get.
A lot of local
Pretty much.
bands, local
Yeah,
influence.
local influence, Barbarian,
Dig the whole Southwest
Triumph or
hardcore.
Shipwreck. That's how I heard of Toast.
Mhm.
Well, because of they're friends with him. That's how I met Toast
That's
through
right,
them. No Suffer too. I love those dudes.
Good
If y'all haven't
friends.
figured it out yet, I get around.
Yep. We love Toast.
I have a car bomb tattoo. I have a duck sauce tattoo. That's where my musical influences come from.
I like a lot of like the heavier stuff, like death metal, like shit like Visceral Disgorge, Internal Bleeding, Dying Fetus. So our sound is kind of just like a combination of everything that we listen to.
I'm gonna be honest. I barely started listening to hardcore like maybe like 4 years ago.
I don't really listen to hardcore either.
No,
I'm just
like,
in this band.
In general, heavy music. I played gospel music for like 8 years. So, and I moved into like emo around like my sophomore year. Like so, like Tiger's Jaw, Front Bottoms, you know, a lot of the generic stuff that's been like really popular within like the coming years. And then like hardcore came up later when I was like, you know what, I want to be hard now instead of being a sad boy. So, went from
Oh, actually,
Yeah,
I
like-
asked him to be in the band because I was at the band store one
Oh,
day and
that's
I'm
true.
like, "Yo, we need a bassist." Like,
honestly, it was like it took me about 2 tries to get into it. It wasn't like working out for a second. I was like, oh, you know,
Yeah,
like,
that's actually pretty crazy because I saw him play a show here and I
Yeah.
saw him improvise this like whole bass solo, just like
Yeah.
out of his
honestly,
ass.
for that show, it was crazy because he asked me to play that one like the day before that one, and he was like, "Dude, just do what you can." And I was like, "Are you serious?" Yeah.
oh, okay, it wasn't that exaggerated. It was like a few days. I'm like, "Oh yeah, we got a show coming up. If you could learn these songs."
Oh no, not that one. The one I hear at the metal shop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one where he asked me. I
Yeah.
played the show. Yeah, he asked me like a day before, and he was like, "I was like, okay, let's,
Yeah, but
let's
even
make it
then-
happen, I guess."
His first, yeah,
Even then,
his
the first show
was
he
us.
played
We
with
hit
us.
him up and like bad.
It's kind of crazy.
Before I was filling in for the bass.
Mhm.
Yeah, we really wanted him in guitar since he was like writing half of those.
I started
videos.
off on the guitar.
Move to
Yeah.
bass and then move back.
And about like as far as like music wise, like are any of you guys like band kids or did you get any? Have you had any formal training or is it all been like self-taught?
Yeah.
Or
He
just,
was a
like,
marching
learned
band.
from homies or?
Mhm.
I'm
I've
a
been
band
so-
geek. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, shout out to Paul Rennick, Santa Clara Vanguard, I guess Sister
Carolina
Blue
Crown.
and Scott Johnson, Henry Vega at America's High School, Ricky Malachi, Demetrius Williams. Like, drumming is a thing that I do. Like, it is what it is. Like, I did a stint in the church for a couple of months. That was pretty cool. It was a lot of under the table money back then.
Raul?
All right. Well, yeah, I started off with Until the Avalanche. Played about like good couple years with him. It actually Fernando, their guitarist, helped me out a lot with like what to get and all that because I was just a kid that had a guitar and a basic practice amp, so I didn't know what to get
As
in
far as,
order
like,
to
gear
like
and stuff.
play live shows and all that. So they helped me out really a lot. Like I miss those guys, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Love those dudes.
That unfortunately, like that's the result of like when kids have to grow up and become responsible.
Yeah.
I know Fernando moved away to Phoenix, right? To like pursue his
Yeah,
career.
Fernando moved to
Okanya
Phoenix.
too, no?
Sergio has been there. When
Sounds
I
like
joined the
also
band,
there.
Sergio has already been there, but like I did get to play a handful of shows with him too.
Mike was in Austin.
That's pretty cool though, man. I mean, to see kids in the music scene doing well for
Yeah.
themselves, you know.
Yeah.
That should always be like the goal at least.
Yeah.
So how did you get your influences? Hope?
Well, I started just yelling into microphones. At first, I started like practicing stuff like Asylate Dying, Carnifex, Unearth, stuff like that.
You used to do videos, huh? Like in your
Yeah, I used to cover a lot of like old grindcore bands too. A lot of Emir covers,
I remember that.
Yeah.
stuff like that, and then just practice at my house, stealing the microphone from bands at shows.
And for some reason, I always captured those moments.
Yeah, he would always take pictures.
crazy.
It was always there. I straight up just finesse the mic.
Which one is like your favorite band that you did guest screams for?
I really like doing like guest vocals at like hardcore shows just because of all the energy, you know, and like a lot of times like you get the microphone and everyone just like swarms you and everyone's like singing with you. It's pretty cool.
Yep.
That's a lot of cool energy.
I remember one time we took the microphone during Chunk, no Captain Chunk.
Chunk, yeah. Just hopped up, took it.
There's
A lot of
100.
bands. 100th.
100th.
I did that one too. Counterparts, Angel Dust, you know, Turnstile, bunch of
Oh, Angel
weird
Dust
bands
is
like
crazy.
that.
Angel-
yeah.
Good times, man. Good memories.
Times just
Yeah.
So what
running
about
around.
Raymond, man? Like you play bass and guitar?
Yeah, but my musical talent, I guess, started in middle school. I was in band and I played the trumpet, and like it kind of just taught me like the division of beats. But then after I got tired of that, I started playing Guitar Hero, and that like inspired me to like pick up the real guitar and learn how to do that. And I took lessons for a little bit, but then after that, I just mainly taught myself. Just started playing like old metalcore songs whenever I was like a freshman, sophomore, and
Cool.
there. And then when I moved here, I joined this band named Abysmally Entombed. I was with them for like about 2 years. And
Shout
then,
out to Joseph.
And then I joined Rot and Disgust.
Behave.
And then from there, I joined this other band, Infinite Plague, and now I'm in this other band, Defleshed and Gutted, and Rot and Disgust, and those are currently my only 2 active bands. So.
Oh, definitely. Throughout the years, I started playing like in orchestra. I played the upright bass and the cello, and I also played the viola in elementary school. And then coming in middle school, I continued playing the upright bass and slowly follow up with like the cello and everything. And then coming into high school, I joined jazz band, and I also took like guitar like classes there too. In between, because I play guitar like in a different genre, like all the light stuff. I usually try to keep it kind of jazzy. That's like where a lot of my passion is, between like gospel music and then between like jazz, and then there's just like another in between passion that kind of comes from it too. You know, like a big melting pot. Because I listen to like all forms and everything pretty much. Don't really want to keep it too based like in one level where you can still explore like your musical talent in like different frames. You know.
Cool. So like, who would you say is a well-known musician? I don't want to say like famous, because going to shows, we see a lot of musicians and bands who are well-known, who are mostly underground. I don't know about like the famous. Like for me, famous, it doesn't get my attention because I would rather like help out the underground bands. So out of that group of musicians, who do you think is like one of your biggest, like somebody who you aspire to be like?
That's a good question. I guess honestly, I don't really aspire to be like anybody. I really like digging my own style, finding like what I like to do. Not really mooching off of people, but like drawing inspiration from different artists. Like I really like I like paying attention to a lot of like what hardcore vocalists do on stage, or also the way like death metal bands and all that hype up the crowd. I like that. I also like a lot of like writing wise, a lot of like storytelling and I guess like double meaning to lyrics. Meaningful lyrics, not just writing about plain old stuff. So I draw influences from a lot of different genres.
For me, the one person that comes in mind is Jesse from Counterparts, or former Counterparts. There was a point in time where I just stopped playing guitar. Was around my senior year of high school. I would play, but I wouldn't play. I would just play the songs that I would listen to, and for a good couple months, I stopped playing guitar completely. And what got me back into playing was learning Counterpart songs. So that's what got me into playing guitar once again.
Josh from Aether, Bryce Butler from every metal band ever,
True.
Joseph James from No Suffer, Triumph Over Shipwreck.
We love you, Jay.
A lot.
Yep.
Got my hi-hats, got my bottom hi-hat actually from Jay, so good looking out for that one.
Yeah, I think Jay just inspires me to be a better human being, man.
Yeah, he's just a good person.
He's a
Like,
good
Positive guy.
Yeah.
Such a good dude.
Always has something good to say, man.
Honestly.
Yep.
Love that dude. Best cousin ever. Shout out.
By the way, I'm not Jay.
I'm also not Jay.
We'll get back to that.
And these are
They're
2
not
to 3
Jay.
not
They're not
Jays.
Jay.
Mhm.
Yeah, we're 2/3 of the not Jay or alliance are currently in the building.
So if you see me around, I'm not Jay. I'm not
I wanna
Toast.
be Jay?
He's not Jay. I'm not Toast. He's not
I'm
Toast.
not Bear. I physically am not Bear.
It's almost impossible. Future reference.
What do you guys?
I mean, I never really like look up to anyone like super crazy. I just kind of like listen to what I like and just form it into my own sound and incorporate my own kind of thing into it.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna say top 3 bassists I aspire to be like would be Victor Wooden, Thaddeus Tribbett, Marcus Miller. General bands, a little off cue from the genre we play, but I want to be just like Tiger's Jaw, like Pine Grove. I want to
Yeah.
be like Title Fight, especially Title Fight. Shout out to Ned.
Yeah, I love Title Fight.
So sick. Like a lot of those people, especially like within like the realm of like super advanced spaces, and then to the general genres, where I feel like they have such a good balance of having fun with their craft and being extremely great musicians all the way around consistently throughout the whole entire, length of album to album and tour to tour. Like there's no like decay in like quality. That's like big goal.
Nice. So let's talk about your original music. How many songs do you have?
Right now we have 10 songs that we play, but there's about 3 or 4 that we just decided we didn't want to play anymore. We just got bored of, pretty much.
Are those songs that like were part of your regular set list?
The old ones?
The ones that you're not playing anymore?
One of them was an intro, and
Two of them were on the regular, and like the other 2 were just ones that never made it into our set list at all.
Nice. And not, there was a time recently you guys were working on recording, right? So is that gonna start back up, or what kind of plans do you have for that?
We're still working on that. We still know definitely when we're gonna release the EP. It's just a small EP. It's
Yeah,
pretty
everyone
fun.
has different schedules, so
Right.
it's kind
Yeah.
of hard to set a day to go
Like,
to the studio.
Especially
We
with
started
school.
recording late summer, and then once we started school, that's when we all started working, school. It's hard to actually
Recording is a
go.
long process. So
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah, you
something
need time.
knock
So-
out in a day, yeah.
But we should have a single out within like
Next
few
couple of
months.
weeks,
Yeah.
or something like that, or something.
Nice. So, do you have a studio that you're working with already, or is there somebody that you want to work with, or is that just not available for public information yet?
Well, we're working. I'm not sure what that studio is called.
Yeah, that's
like
exactly.
After that, we
It's
want
the
to work
same
with
studio
XPC
where
actually.
Vianeros and
Dude,
Norte
that's
mix.
I think we're recording at A&R with Bobby.
Lavi Lozano, yeah.
Yeah, that's what's.
And if this doesn't work out with me, I probably plan on trying to join Los Rieleros, but you didn't hear that from me.
With the green,
No,
with
but
the
yeah,
green Power
the
Ranger
guy-
suits, bro.
Well, I mean,
His,
that's
Beto from his old band was the one
You
that.
don't need to get
had
that
us-
suit and everything, though, because they all dress alike.
Exactly, we're
It is
picking
what
out
it
ones
is.
on the walls. We're like,
Already
I
has
wanna
a
be like those.
mustache.
You don't need a beer belly.
Beer belly.
hey, A&W, holla at your boy.
And
Sponsor.
Modelo, holla at me, boy.
You might have Modelo.
We're already drinking it. You might as well sponsor it.
Does that EP have a title yet, or is that
Negative
something that you
Voice.
still
Negative voice.
Negative voice?
Named after our song.
That's the song that's coming out.
Nice.
I started
So
never
what
gonna
are some
play
of the song
too.
titles?
Negative
on,
Voice, Snake Wound, Bowie, named after David Bowie. Mentioned that earlier. What ones is there?
Intro.
Intro.
I think every band has a song called
Song,
Intro.
song two.
Just
Yeah.
called intro.
This is a really
Song
great song,
two.
by the way.
There's
Call it Bop.
What other ones is
Yeah,
there?
we were
with the
talking
sickness
earlier
cover.
about,
Bloom.
you had a song, La Isla.
This song's called Down with the
Yeah, that was our old intro, La
Yeah.
Isla. That was actually our name too.
Well, it was the intro mixed with the first song, so it was like La Isla / Hole in the Wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a funny story behind that, because when Popo graduated, we went to go take some pictures for him. And we're just like driving down the Lower Valley, like as far as we could go. Like we went to
Yeah, we went into
Sanelli.
Sanelli, yeah, almost into Clint.
And then he tells us about
Halfway
some
to
graveyard
Fabens.
and a church that's out there in the middle of nowhere, like in Fabens, right?
Yeah. See, the story about that is supposed in the 1700s, a priest got possessed and killed all the nuns and the orphans in the parish and walked off into the desert. And now his ghost still haunts La Isla Church.
Yeah.
And the road where the church is called Hole in the Wall. So that had a lot of like themed elements, I guess, to our band.
Yeah,
which
there's a story
kinda glad
like,
we got rid
like,
of.
like back in the day, the Rio Grande used to run where it runs now, but it also branched off to the east, so that's why that area was called La Isla.
Oh yeah.
It's
That's
like a
true.
little island between the river.
Yeah.
And it's funny because when we were there taking pictures, like two guys just rolled up on us
The owners.
with, like, one of the dudes had a gun and they were asking us what we were doing there. Because he says that a lot of people, and it's true because a lot of people go there and like mess around with the church. Like the church right now, the
Castle
building is all
things.
boarded up, and it's probably like all full of bird and bat shit, right?
Yeah, a lot
Because
of
it's like it's a
rats probably. It's abandoned in the middle of the desert.
But it's
yeah.
still a Catholic church, so that's why they protect it. The neighbors are protect the church a lot. So that was a pretty cool experience.
Yeah, that's fun.
And there's also a graveyard across the street
A
from
graveyard. Yeah, supposedly people used to dig up graves for rituals and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's pretty freaky
El
stuff.
Paso
It was-
things.
Yeah,
It was a cool experience because I'd never heard about it before.
I had no idea.
So, like, what do you guys write about? What are your songs about?
I mainly write like I guess I don't know, whatever comes to mind about mainly being pissed off over society's norms, like I said earlier, having to follow a certain like a set of rules or having to act a certain way around people just because they said so and you not wanting to do that. I wrote a lot of songs about, dealing with yourself, the stuff that goes on in your head, how to quiet down the voices in your head, different stuff like that, I would say, different influences. A lot of times I like to tell stories through my lyrics about the world ending, just stuff I daydream about, people dying and shit.
He's a great writer. That's all I gotta say.
Thanks.
He's written like scary stories and all.
Yeah, a lot of like the lyrics don't just draw influences from like music. I also draw a lot of influences from literature, and I read a lot, so I do draw a lot of influences from different books. Yeah, just stuff like that. I write my lyrics not with the purpose to be lyrics, but also if you want to read into it, you can.
Nice. And what about like music-wise? Like, how do you guys put the music together for your songs?
Usually we just most of our songs in the set list were written there at the spot. Like
On the spot.
one of the songs is an interesting thing. I was just messing around. Like I wasn't even like trying to write. I was just messing around. You just start drumming to what I was like playing, it was just bends. That's
how
I
all the
call-
songs are written. We
Yeah,
just play-
I was
we
I was
play
just
riffs
doing
and
some
beat-
bends, and then he was like,
songs.
"Oh, bet I got this," and then he just started drumming over that, and it just became a song. But yeah, it's pretty much just us messing around before practice, and then we just,
Literally, I think all of our songs just are improvised. Like we just start playing and
and the times we actually try to write a song, it never really works out. Like we never add it to the set, or we write it and then we just forget about it.
Yeah, I get you.
All
I
the
was
best
gonna
music comes from naturally, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much.
gotta
I
be
was
in the
gonna ask,
mood.
like, how do you remember if you're just messing around? So how do you remember the riff?
We recorded.
Yeah, we're recording. Yeah.
We just learned to keep a phone recording throughout the whole practice.
Like all our songs, the way they sound now, they didn't start off like that. They sounded
They all changed.
after a while, after playing it a while, we were like, okay, want to keep this like this.
tweak 'em out.
Yeah,
Polish them up.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
clean up, trim
Like
around
us.
the edges.
Cool. So, who do you think supports your music the most?
Us.
For
Yeah.
sure. Like, I know we were talking about Jay earlier. Jay.
Yeah,
Jay.
Yeah,
Jay.
supports
You
us.
guys in the
That's
suffer.
All the
Yeah,
dudes
and
from
the
No
Vine.
Suffer were like our first
Yeah.
people. Like
Really
actually
supportive.
supporting us.
Larry used to hang out with us a
He
lot
used to
when
come
we
to our
first
practice.
started. Yeah.
and-
And then Jay started, or pretty much just No Suffer started helping us on like whatever shows they were on.
We played most of our shows with him
Yeah.
back to back.
He would have to do back to
Yeah.
back. You'd have to drum and then like take down his drums and come back and scream like into a mic or into his fist or whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, that's usually it's like No Suffer, Damien. Made some homies with Wolf King.
Wolf King.
Check out Loyal to the Soil.
Wolf King.
Shout out to those dudes. It's like
Cloud 49.
Yeah,
Look
Cloud
towards us.
49.
Those
Really
dudes.
cool dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who do you
We
think's,
want to play more shows with them actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those dudes.
Those
it's always
dudes are
good to
great.
see them.
yeah, JD. So what's up, homie?
Yeah, JD.
Don't talk shit to JD because he's in jiu-jitsu and shit, man. He might give me a fucking
Nah, I love that guy. He's
leg
cool.
lock or some shit.
He knows where he knows where he can catch me.
No, there you go.
So who's the best hardcore dancer in the band?
Hobo.
Toast.
Yeah, for
Hobo,
sure.
for
Hobo.
sure.
Toast will kick the roof.
Nah, Hobo like crip walks while he hardcore dances. I can't do that.
Represent.
I could only spin kick, jump on
Nah,
people.
I would say Toast. I've seen him like just before we started recording. He was talking about how he kicked someone back into the 1700s at a show.
Yep.
It's a
That
renaissance.
Renaissance.
was not my fault. And to whoever's family is missing a husband, I probably should apologize. But
He should probably learn how to use a shotgun. Cause he's somewhere in the
Revolution,
1300s.
hey man, Revolution's right around the corner, homie.
Yeah, it's a revival of Revolution.
Yep.
Wasn't my fault.
Well, in the date that he got kicked back into, yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, Hobo for sure.
Cool, so now it's time for the show-off segment. Go ahead and talk to us about anywhere that Rod and Disgust has played.
We played Neon Rose a lot.
First show was at Love Buzz. Played there
Yeah,
a couple
first one
times.
was twice.
Who was that
Twice.
for? Who was the promoter for that?
Shay?
Shay.
Shay, thank you, Shay.
Yeah, Shay. Yeah. Putting us on our first show.
Yeah.
Any
Rock
other?
House, of course.
Rock
Rock
House.
House.
Yeah, Rock House played Rock House a lot.
Last time we played was Apartment 512. With
That
this-
was all right. That was
They
decent.
used to be the grind bar, right?
Yep.
Yes.
It used to be Grind Bar. Now it's a boutique.
We played in Las Cruces. I forgot the name of the venue.
The warehouse.
With the warehouse.
Warehouse.
Oh,
Yeah,
a
that was
first
probably my
show.
favorite one. That was really cool. I like how
Sadly, Hobo
that stage was
couldn't
super
make
high.
I wasn't there. They played it without a vocalist. They went
It was like
Was it
the
instrumental?
it was
Yeah.
there was
There's some
It's
people who
sorta-
actually
It was
like
like
got up
Sean-
on stage and like did
Yeah.
some karaoke.
Yeah.
Nick
kind of.
used
Yeah,
to be in
Nick
his old
from
band.
Nick from
Trigger Warning.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Warning
yeah.
did vocals, and I think James
Coach Nick.
from Cruise's Cult
Oh yeah, Cruises.
jumped on vocals. That was pretty cool.
That was pretty
That
unfortunate.
show was,
You know why they call it Apartment 512,
Because
Yeah.
of Selena,
Apartment-
yeah. I saw that the whole
Apartamentos
Selena
y
altar.
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, the Selena altar
That was
right in the
pretty
While we're
restroom.
Valley kids, we
I said a
love
prayer,
Selena.
said a prayer for her.
Hell yeah.
Me persiné
I
al
listen to
recé.
Como La Flor every time I go to bed.
Nice. Where would you like to play?
The spot.
The spot. Yeah.
it's been a minute since I've been to the spot. I remember
The warm.
Play only here the
one of my other bands that I used to be in. During a quiet spot in one of our songs, kid got his nose shattered. That venue's seen a lot.
Yeah.
The spot was cool. Naylor, played at Zeppelin's one time. The floor almost caved in during our set.
You ever play Mesa Musical?
Yeah. I gotta say
I
about
played
that.
there too a few times.
Oh, yeah, I
About that
remember.
place.
Tell the story.
All right, so there used to be a guy that
my
made some
favorite
music called
story.
Chet, and this was back when I was living in Las Cruces. So I was playing drums in a band called Trigger Warning. So it was our first time playing in El Paso, and Chet would introduce all the bands. So Chet's wearing a chinchilla coat, snakeskin belt, and alligator boots, but the coat was still alive, the belt was still alive, and the boots were still alive.
What?
We're animal friendly. We're animal
fresh meat.
We condone veganism.
Yeah, so he didn't.
He's vegetarian.
He didn't have anything dead on him. So we're getting ready to set up on stage, and Chet grabs the mic and he says, "And all the way from Las Cruces, New Mexico, the warning triggers." And the four guys in Trigger Warning all looked at it like we looked at ourselves, and then Nick grabs the mic and he says, "Well, yeah, we're Trigger Warning from Las Cruces," and we played the rest of our show. And every show we played at Mesa Music Hall was really cool. I did a reunion show with Barbarian there.
Heart failure.
I saw that. I remember
Played
that.
Heart Failure.
That was
So what are some of the cool bands or like some of the favorite bands that you've opened for?
Wolf King.
Wolf King and Damien. That show was like
Damien.
the perfect lineup. It was,
Very
it
theatrical.
was us, Damien,
Insurgents was pretty
Wolf
tight.
King, and No Suffer. And the Insurgents show was pretty sick too.
Insurgents show was
Insurgents.
pretty awesome.
Which one else was
Cool.
Oh, Gouge
Well,
Away.
Gouge Away was fun.
Oh,
Gouge Away was probably
Yeah,
one of like
the
the
whole-
sickest we've sound.
That whole day was just the wilderness.
We were together all day pretty much, and then out of nowhere they were like, "Hey,
Last minute
we need a
venue change.
venue to play at," and we just started being like Neon Rose, Rock House. We just started giving this guy venues because something happened, and
Yeah.
that's when
You
changes.
guys were able to hook it up at Rock House.
You know, a lot
And
of
people
like
actually came out. Like that was like.
Well, we came out then, but honestly we only came out to see you guys.
No, yeah.
Yeah, thank
Because
you.
I go to work like really fucking early, and it's really hard for me to
Oh,
stay
yeah.
out late. A lot.
I understand that.
It happens when you get older, you know. Your
No,
tolerance to a little
I'm
bit
21
sleep.
years old, and I have to leave shows early sometimes after playing because
Yeah,
I got
it's-
have school, work.
It's rare when we leave early, man. Most of the times, at least we'll stay for 2 songs of the headliner. But
Yeah.
by that time, I'm already like dragging so much ass and then dreading the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's still fun.
yeah.
It's understandable.
So, what are some of the things that you like about our scene? In El Paso?
the diversity.
Yeah,
Oh, sure.
definitely.
Like legit the diversity. There are so many bands in this city that don't sound like the other bands in this city.
They all have their different sound in there.
Flavor.
Yeah.
The perseverance too. A lot of these bands like have been around for a while and not giving up too. A lot of these bands keep playing and playing and playing, so that's always good to see.
And I like how the newer bands are like really hyped about us. Like a lot of people haven't even seen us and will be like, "Yo, Ron and Disgust, you guys sound sick. I wish I could see you guys." Like it's understandable if you can't hit up our show. Like every time someone tells us sorry, we're like, "Dude, like we get it. We're not gonna get mad at you for not showing up."
Yeah. You think some bands do take it personal though, like when they don't get certain people to go to their shows?
If they do, then what are they doing it for?
Yeah, exactly. Like
Right.
we played empty shows
We
so many
played empty
times.
shows. A lot of the shows that we sounded the best were to like my
No one.
girlfriend.
Yeah, there was this one show where that they asked us to play like a week beforehand. Wasn't promoted, no flyer. We just played for the touring band. They came from Austin, I think.
Oh yeah, that
We-
was a show where I got asked like an hour before the show started. I was asked to be the promoter for the show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
Happens a
so
lot.
everyone found out about the show the next day, and they're like, "Oh, I would have gone if you would have told me something." But like, there was no flyer, so we played for the band, the touring band, and the
If you
bar
guys don't need a
owner.
flyer, hit me up, man. Even if it's like 2 hours from the show, I'll still make it for you.
Yeah, and
you.
he couldn't even make it either. He was at work, so half of the set was improvised by the
I
bar
walked
owner,
into the
Jerome.
show. I walked into the show like halfway through the set and just hopped on.
So, but we don't take it personal. We're like, It's
Shout out to Jerome from An Endless Fight for doing vocals that night.
yeah, Jerome.
And for booking us a lot of times at Neon Rose too.
Yeah, our whole summer was just
shows at
Neon
Neon
Rose
Rose.
after Neon Rose. Like every week we had a shot in Neon Rose.
Not
That was
even
tight.
complaining though. That's a sick venue. Really fun to play at. I love it. Neon Rose
Chuck
has really
the Broder
helped us
has
out.
been there.
Chuck the Broder.
Hey, free Chuck, nasty
Chuck.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
Chuck D.
he did nothing.
Hashtag
Free my
shots
boy.
Dude, I
Shots
got
with Chuck.
I got some stories about that guy. Not gonna share them though, because I mean,
That fool say hi to me by name. That's all I gotta
Happens at
say.
Neon Rose stays at Neon Rose.
Yeah.
You know, today they were talking about that this morning on the radio about how they were like he's denying the fact that he was drunk, and it's weird because that night it was after a Sunday night football game, and we were watching the news, and I even turned to Judy and I was like, is he drunk or what's going on? Because he was slurring his speech real bad. But he claims that he took allergy medication, right? So yesterday I took an allergy pill, and I've been like a fucking zombie for the last 24 hours, and I could totally relate to that.
Yeah,
to
free
the story.
Chuck. Free Chuck.
Yeah.
He did
Chuck's my
It's
homie.
possible
Chuck.
because allergy medicine does like
it makes you
fuck you up.
drowsy.
Chuck said hi to me. Mind you, he said I was on the wrong band, but he called me Saul, not Hobo. So,
Damn, dude. Respect.
What did he meant to say, Raul?
or he meant to say Raul.
He was off by a letter. He was off by. Hey man,
He's like, hey, yeah, well,
hey Saul,
seriously.
you play really good
He was
guitar
like,
there,
yeah,
bro.
yeah. He's like, hey, Saul, you played like really cool with your band. What was it, Shit Bear? I was like, oh.
Oh, he was there at that
Hey,
one. He was there.
much love to Shipper, man. We love those guys.
Yeah.
They've been on our block too. So how do you guys handle like a mistake during a performance?
Just keep playing.
Yeah, we don't
Straight through.
stop.
Don't
Yeah.
Don't
Keep
acknowledge
moving.
it.
Don't make light of it.
You
You know what? It happens
You
a lot
accept it.
though. It happens like not a lot, but it happens like fairly often. And
It's
just like,
not big where like we have to stop. It's just like missed
If
a
you stop, that's
note.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
Just keep
Yeah,
playing.
our first show, I mixed up the endings of 2 songs
Oh yeah.
because I couldn't.
Oh,
And we still somehow pulled that off. Like
Yeah.
he played the ending to a different song, and I just started playing to what he was playing drums. Make it
We just
sound-
like improv, like
yeah, we
ending
improv like
that.
We'll just make it.
we
work.
just all looked at each other and just started
Made it work,
playing.
yeah.
But I don't think
made it
anyone
work.
noticed still though. I mean, we didn't
No,
make
that
light
was
of it.
fun.
We just kept playing.
Yep.
And I'm
It all
glad they
worked
put
out.
that stage up in Love Buzz because now the sound has improved a little
Yeah.
bit.
Dude, the first time we saw that stage, it was such a like an improvement from what they had before. Before it was just like a concrete room.
Oh yeah.
That was it.
You had to
Yep.
pull out the
And-
booths before like
So
starting.
it was-
the
Yeah,
show,
yeah. And now it's like legit, dude.
Now
Like,
it's all
walls,
chill,
they put up
yeah.
a nice stage. Nice, man.
It was always super cool.
No buzz is cool to play in.
Yeah.
Ain't been there in a while. Though.
I like going there. I like shooting there. I feel like I have like an advantage there now.
And they give us a $25 tab when we pay. So.
True. Yeah, Love Buzz has always been really good with them.
Hit us up
Yeah, they
for
take care
shows. Love
take care of
us.
their bands.
social media. Where can people find Raw and Disgust?
All right, you can find us on Facebook. Just search up Raw and Disgust. Instagram is Raw and Disgust TX, and Twitter Raw and Disgust TX. But Twitter is the one we use least. And Instagram, we post a lot. It's mostly us moving around during practice, listening to our music. We post flyers, music videos, but our main one is Facebook. If you want to ask us to play any shows, either message us on our band page or one of us three. We usually take care of the booking.
Yeah.
No Snapchat premium or anything?
Snapchat, nah, no premium.
There's
Swipe
Raymond sells
up,
nudes.
swipe up for my Snapchat
Yes.
premium.
Black
Black Lavender G, check me out at Jags.
Like y'all can message me personally, and I'll get you the personal links
Why?
Swipe up,
to that.
swipe
Just
up,
swipe
Show you
up.
the way.
Show you the
up.
way.
Swipe up.
swipe up.
Swipe
No
up.
Tinder, no
Swipe
Grindr,
up.
no nothing.
No, no, no.
Link is in the
Swipe
bio.
up.
Swipe up.
Link in bio.
Since you
Link in the
got
bio.
Hit us
Just
up for promo.
LMK.
if you want a good
Let us
laugh or just want to see us jam, follow us
Wanna
on
get
Instagram.
enlightened.
If you want to see what we have coming up, follow us on Facebook.
Follow me on Instagram at ramen.666. Thank
Ron
you.
and Escamofo.
Beargains.gt.
Oh, booby.
Y'all looking at me like I got an Instagram.
Toast has an Instagram.
He does.
just
He
doesn't
doesn't use it.
X Tostado X.
I
He's-
don't have an Instagram.
He's Toast Ghost.
Nice. Okay, so this is the part where I like to ask bands to give any kind of advice to young musicians. Since y'all have experience, you guys have
Don't
Keep
experienced
practicing, never give up. You never know if it's
Stop.
going to take off.
Practicing. Don't do that. That's the worst thing you can do, because all of the time that you spent getting good at your instrument is going to negate quicker than you think if you stop playing your instrument. And that's it. I haven't done vocals in like 3 weeks. I don't know if I can do vocals.
Yeah.
Yep, I back this. Every time we practice, and we don't practice within 2 weeks, and I don't touch my guitar because I'm either at work or school. It just goes. I mess up frequently whenever we have those long gaps between practice. But yeah, also just keep trying. Buy gear. Having gear really like good, reliable
Good
gear,
gear,
not
yeah.
just buying a used pawn shop amp that won't work, especially if it just dies on you. Because I bought a used head, I had to like drop about like $300 just to fix it. So
Yeah.
Real talk, learn jazz music.
Honestly, here's a
Yep.
little inspiration for you guys. Don't do it without passion, because without passion, you're not gonna hold on to anything.
jazz music is the reason why we don't have a certain key. They ask us what's your what's your BPM and all. We're like,
13/8.
we don't know.
all
we
of,
just
We
switch.
play in
Everything switches.
13/8 all the time.
All of our songs are 13/8.
If you ever question 4/4
Yep.
is unnecessary,
13/8.
6/4 is unnecessary.
Just play 4/4.
No,
No.
13/8.
No.
13/8. 4/4 is
13/8.
4/4 is for what? Who does that anymore? No.
Four-
If it's not 13,
Cheap
Hey,
shot,
rest
bro.
in peace, Cliff Burton.
Yeah, okay, so how
Rip
about
Chuck.
any hidden or secret talents that you guys have, like away from music? Like, what do you guys do when you're not doing music?
Video
Doing music.
games.
Read books.
Yeah, play
Gamers?
video games.
We're the gamers. Like we said, we used to play Dark Souls together. Like
Read books and party.
you guys might know I'm ridiculously strong. I knit, I cross stitch, I do embroideries. I used to paint. I do a lot of artsy stuff. I have a poem Twitter if you want to check that out too. I keep a lot of that stuff to myself, but you know.
I can beat through the fire and the flames on Expert on Guitar Hero.
I seen this, I witnessed this before.
And
Terrifying.
in reference, I guess, to what we were just talking about right now, I do want to say this, like in case there's any like smaller bands starting up, don't let these El Paso promoters push you around, man. Don't take their shit. You
What,
keep
they
playing.
Do that? What?
You just don't.
They
you
tried
just
to cut our set short once,
Yeah.
and I somehow managed to blend two songs into one and be like, oh
you-
yeah, that
you
was
just
that
keep
was
playing
a song.
shows. Hop on the shows you can. Keep playing. Ride or die for your art. And
And don't let anyone push you down.
Yeah,
If they
don't-
tell you like, oh, who is into metal? Like, who gives a fuck? Like, everyone told me is like, you're not gonna make it big because you're in a hardcore band. Like, I don't give a fuck. I'm not doing this to like.
that goes for promoters
impress
and
people.
other bands
yeah,
too.
Like,
Yeah, don't let all the haters put you down. There's a lot of that in this city. We don't
Hey
need that.
man, word to days, bro. I wouldn't be anywhere without my haters.
Same here, man. Same. But, I mean, they must love you, right? They fucking can't keep you off their minds.
Yeah.
Love right back to you guys.
also make your
Like promoters, like what? They bully bands.
They bully bands. Yeah,
kids?
it's a fact. Promoters don't bully bands. They're all your friends, and Santa Claus is real.
yeah.
Supposedly.
If you're a promoter, just give the people what they want, man.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, man.
Just like,
a lot of times promoters act like bands are a burden to them, or like
A lot of times they
don't
act
need
like
the
they're doing
bands,
us a
but dude,
favor.
what the fuck would a promoter do without bands? Like a lot of times they need a band like that. You know, they need somebody the next day, and bands are there. They step up.
They're acting like a lot of times they act like they're doing
you a
us a
favor.
favor. Yeah, like they're doing us a favor. But in
Like-
reality, is we're gonna be playing whether they
We're gonna be
book us or
we're
not.
gonna be sharing your flyers, so
And so should every other band. They should play whether they book you or
like
not.
it's
you
not
know?
your friends going. It's like the people in the bands playing.
Yeah, and that's not to generalize, because not all promoters are like that.
Yeah, not all
Oh yeah, yeah. A
promoters.
lot of promoters have been cool with us.
But I mean,
Yeah.
I think people in El Paso can tell who's who. I mean, they've been doing it. If you
Word
been in the
gets
scene long
around.
enough, you know who's who.
Yeah.
Word gets around too.
You know who you can
And-
like come through for. Right?
Actually,
They
shout
know.
out to the people that hit us up for shows instead of having us hit them up, because some shows we have to hit them up. Other times they hit us up. It's like we love it better when you guys. I know we can't play a lot of shows because like we all work retail, so it's hard to get the days off. But hit us up for shows. Like we're not gonna say no. We also like playing mixed shows. We always talk about like, oh, we want to play with this band, like even though they're not the same genre, because there's no band that sounds here like us. Like even the bands that sound like us, they don't. They're
Play
all
very
different.
little shows with bands similar to
Yeah,
our sound.
we're
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that goes for
Always
hidden
up or down.
talents. We all know how to do really good customer service because we all work retail.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Put on that really nice, silky smooth customer service voice. Are you doing okay today? Hey guys, we're running Disgust. I hope you enjoy the music.
Quiet storm.
Hey,
definitely hang out with this.
your total is $325. Would you like a bag with that?
How may I help you?
It's like your receipt. No.
Did you find everything all right?
I'm probably not gonna put them in the
I
bag.
saw you chose $20 cash back. Would you like that in tens or tens?
I got one. Which balloon would you like?
No, it is not in clearance.
Would you like the Mylar or the?
Sir, everything's $1 here.
No, this is not on sale, sir. I know you found it on the sale rack. It's not on
I know I'm saying that
sale.
as a joke, but believe it or not, I work at a Dollar Tree, just in case you didn't know. I'm Raul from Dollar Tree, but we do get that question a lot, like, what's the price of this? I'm like, I look around and I see all the big dollar signs and everything's $1. I'm like, everything's $1. It's like, this candy's 89 cents. That's a
So
few
no-
cents
so
off
the
of
dollar.
$1.
No clearance section or anything?
Nope.
And Walmart doesn't price match
Oh no,
anymore.
we have. Oh yeah.
Really?
we haven't been price matching for like a year now.
Download their app.
Complain, dude.
Since
Yeah,
October.
I guess
that's
there's
the
a lot of,
replacement.
like sketchy
Yeah.
shit that goes on at Walmart at night. Huh?
Oh yeah, Walmart's.
I can imagine.
You know
Oh,
what?
a customer hit me up saying that they hit up the bank at Walmart and they tried paying me with that bill that they got from Walmart, and it was a fake $100 bill, and I'm like, I can't take this.
I hope they sue.
It's like, you take this to the bank and tell them, hey, this is a fake bill. They should return it. Like, some people don't know it, but they end up getting mad at us.
You know they
cashiers
didn't get it
'cause we
from
kinda
the.
sit there.
They didn't get it from the band. They're just hustling you.
Honestly.
So
It's
is
just
are there any
scamming
shout-outs
season.
you
No,
want?
that lady was a regular customer, so I couldn't. She wasn't.
Any shoutouts?
Any shoutouts? Shout out to Damien, No Suffer, Barbarian,
Paso
Deflesh
Hardcore.
and Gutted.
Yeah, shout out to Deflesh and Gutted. Shout out to Joseph, Oral, Brock, TJ.
Shout out to my parents. Hope they watch this.
Shout out
and
to
if
my
they don't,
girl,
I'll
Luisa.
show
I
it to
love you.
them.
Your son's gay if you are.
Yeah, shout out to my girlfriend Brianna. Shout out to Vans. Shout out to Van Doren.
Mr. Mrs. Fuentes, he's not. I can vouch for him.
Yep.
Shout out to my mom and dad. Wakanda forever. Spaceline forever.
There you go.
You know.
Let's speak that word. Say it.
Shout out to all the friends that who have supported us in any way, whether it's going to shows, sharing
All the
our
Valley
flyers,
kids.
all the Valley kids.
Yeah, shout out to Laura Valley.
Yep.
Vote widely 2020.
Beto O'Rourke.
Yeah, vote for Beto.
Vote for Beto. Oh, you're a rocker fool.
And don't build that wall.
If anything, just go out there and register and vote, people. Exercise your
Exactly,
rights if
just
you're of
vote.
age.
Like,
But get informed before you vote.
Yes, please inform yourself. Just don't go out there and start checking boxes like you don't know.
And don't inform yourself on Facebook either, man. It looks legit.
Know your sources.
Research.
Stay woke.
Read papers. Do
Yeah,
something.
don't watch those stupid videos. 'Cause
Don't watch
they're
BuzzFeed.
They're all very biased.
And if
Don't
somebody
watch
starts a
BuzzFeed.
sentence with capital letters, like a full cap, then pass it on. Yeah.
And disregard those national broadcast alerts on Facebook.
Fake news.
Learn how to recognize clickbait.
Okay, and also we want to give a shout out to our sponsors at Alive Audio. Much love for you guys. Shout out to Mama Judy. Check her out. She's working hard behind the camera as usual. And also want to give a shout out to our friends at Give and Take Booking, man. I think that they're very fair with the bands that they're booking.
we got one more. Shout out to Mondashawan
like-
and the dudes from Guitar Center.
Oh,
No drama with Give and Take, so you guys want to jump on shows, hit up Shay or Eamon. Good people,
Yeah,
man.
Shay's great person. Known her since I was in high school.
Me and Shay go way back. We're
Yep.
good friends. Really good
I
friends.
used to play shows at her house.
She booked us our first show. So if you're a new band and want to get booked, hit up Shay.
And it's Modelo time, always.
All the time, all the time.
Modelo Negro time.
Modelo Negro time.
Our friends in Run discussed some disgusting questions. I'm gonna give them 5 questions, and they have like a split second to answer them. You guys can answer like everybody one at a time, or everybody together. However.
Just do that one at a
However
time.
the
Again.
fuck- Okay, here we go. First question: Dream car.
GTR.
BMW 320Z.
I missed my van, my first car. I really loved it. It was a dinosaur, but that was my dream car.
A car that would take me anywhere and could
Into-
carry my gear. The car I have right now.
I think I want a Ford Focus hatchback.
Ooh,
I agree with him.
it's eco-friendly.
Nice.
Very
Yeah.
economical. That's okay. The most annoying celebrity.
Yes.
Jake Paul.
Mr. President of the United States of America.
Yes, he's one.
Fuck him.
Russ.
That one white dude that went to Japan. I don't remember his name, but like
Yeah, Aaron
everyone
Paul.
was pissed
Dennis
off.
Rodman.
Logan Paul.
Logan
That
Paul.
guy. Aaron
Oh,
Paul.
dude.
No, Aaron
Aaron
Paul is
Trash.
great, dude.
Breaking Bad.
Basura.
Breaking Bad. Aaron
Get
Paul-
out of here. Both Pauls out of here.
Yeah.
Nah.
I don't even think they're
Probably
like
Bieber.
celebrities.
He's pretty
They just got
annoying.
YouTube money. It doesn't count.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
Jake Paul. Logan Paul are bitches.
That whole thing that dropped today, man, with like making fun of.
Get out of our fucking phones, dude.
Ford. Oh, dude. Okay. Favorite superhero and why?
I think we're all thinking the same one.
Ooh.
Spider-Man.
Nah, actually.
Here comes the obvious. Black Panther.
He's chingo.
Why?
Yep.
He's stupid rich. Got great technology. I don't agree with how they portrayed him in the last movie of Infinity Wars. It is not that easy to get into Wakanda like that. You are liars. That was not a real thing. That was a simulation. Waiting for movie 2 to really clear that up.
I love Rocket Raccoon and Groot. Rocket Raccoon's just an asshole, and he's small. He's a cool animal. Yeah, love Rocket.
Not sure if he's necessarily a hero, but I really like the comedian from Watchmen. Pretty cool dude. I don't think he's a hero at all. I like Hellboy.
Anti-hero.
Hellboy.
Anti-hero counts.
Hellboy's pretty cool.
Deadpool's cool too.
Obviously Deadpool.
Oh yeah, Deadpool.
It's gonna be a lot of Deadpools this
I prefer
Halloween.
Deadpool over a bunch of the other ones.
Meteor
It's
Man?
more-
Anybody?
more substance,
Meteor Man.
more
Nobody?
character.
Meteor Man?
Meteor Man.
Meteor Man?
The dude from Contra.
Astro Boy.
Here's no one.
Mega Man.
Here's one that no one will
Mega
get. Squirrel Girl.
Yeah, she alright.
Here.
Goku.
Squirrel.
Goku.
Hey, yo,
Shout out Piccolo.
Shout out to my boy Deku. All might.
All might, all day.
All might.
Shout out All Might.
Todoroki, much love, homie.
Shout out Detroit Smash.
United States of Smash.
Okay, next question. Okay, favorite podcast?
The Joe Rogan Experience.
I don't know if it's a podcast, but I really like watching Getting Dug with High.
Yeah, I agree with both of them. so.
H3H3.
Dude, I love fucking
yeah,
Ethan and Neela, man.
They're so great. Very
Before podcasts.
always
Just watching their
entertaining.
shows.
Honestly, they always produce great content. Very
Yeah.
wonderful people too.
Hey, does anybody remember that one dude, like 2000, showed up, said he was a time traveler?
Oh, the one that made the website, no? And like he would like predict the future and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to that fool.
Name? Remember name?
I don't
John
remember.
Titer. He was on I used to call him the Art Bell Show. Rest in peace. But yeah, that's about as deep as I went with the podcasting.
That's cool. Yeah, I also like to listen to Tiger Belly with Bobby D.
Oh, Tiger really
That was
super
really good,
funny.
man.
Yeah.
And this past weekend with Theo Von. Good stuff. Check it out, man. The only thing that's tripped out, like with the whole Joe Rogan circle, like they're always guests on each other's podcasts. So I also like the Joey Diaz,
Oh yeah, Joey Diaz.
the
That's
Church.
Yeah, the Church of What's Happening.
What's
Now.
happening now? Yeah, dude. His stories are fucking great.
Yeah.
All I gotta say, Toast should start his own podcast.
Absolutely not.
I'll
I would listen. I would tune in.
Dude,
Yo, what's
Toast
up?
Toast
We
has
could
a
do
lot
it.
of things
What's
to
that
say.
podcast that
It'd be
Jay
so
always
easy.
comes out in? Or what is it that?
Oh, that one's
Yeah,
sick.
Society of the Eternal Mile.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Society of the Eternal
That-
Mile
that
about
was-
the touring
that was sick.
musicians. They
Never heard of them.
shout us out from time to time there, and No Suffer as well.
Okay, and the last question, okay? The most important one. Favorite place to go for after show munchies?
Whataburger.
Whataburger.
Because it's the only thing that's
Me and
open.
him, yeah, me and him always go to Whataburger.
You already gotta know I gotta represent
Tacos
Taco
on
Bell.
Cuco.
All the smoke.
Any tacos, any taco
You're
stands,
out of-
Yeah, you're out of the bag.
All the smoke.
I
You
would
already
agree with
know.
Taco Bell too, but the first thing that pops into my head is always Whataburger.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Whataburger's
Whataburger's
the.
always open.
If you,
Whataburger
guys- if you guys
slaps.
follow me on
Like,
Snapchat, you'll
Hamburger.
see after
But
show.
nothing.
Hamburger in.
Hamburger
Ooh,
is
hamburger.
great.
Yeah.
Lower Valley.
Have you had a hamburger steak, dude?
Yeah.
No,
The hamburger.
Super good.
A hamburger in.
the steak burger?
Oh, it's a hamburger in. It's a hamburger steak. It's like the big fucking flat patty with like chili beans and hash browns.
Good size.
You
Side
okay?
of coleslaw.
You alright? You
He,
okay?
he's
I-
making
I'm-
toast noises.
My
man.
mouth got all watery, dude. Yeah, I turned into toast like.
What's your-
My go-to
Yeah,
is
bro.
Whataburger, but I mean I'm a vegetarian, so there ain't really much I can do there anyway.
He gets onion rings and hash
What a
browns.
salad.
No, it's not
Oh,
even that. Like
he gets
Onion
burgers.
rings, hash browns on a sandwich.
He gets
Like-
burgers with gummies in them.
Yeah.
Me and Hobo used to go to Chico Tacos as well.
Oh yeah.
Honestly,
They're not the
the
same,
hot dog.
Yeah, it's
Twinkie.
not the same.
It's
but-
not the same.
They
Whataburger's my go-to.
somehow managed to find knockoff government cheese.
You know what? Just go to Juarez, eat some tacos, come back and try Chico's, and it tastes watered down.
I tried going to
always tastes
tacos on
watered
Cook
down.
after a
I'm
show
probably
once, but they
offended.
were closed. I was
I don't
really
like
bummed
tacos
out.
with cocoa, dude.
You don't?
No, just go to taco stand. You know what? The tacos at Love Buzz are freaking
Oh.
A1, and they're spicy as hell. Like that food's a paisa.
I
That's the
hate
shit right there.
yeah, yeah, that's real authentic Mexican,
Or
like,
the tortas.
or the tortas. That's real authentic Mexican food. Shout out to, I forgot your name, homie, but shout out to
Valentine, they're
you.
from Valentine Bakery.
Oh yeah.
Cool, man. So we want to thank you guys for allowing us to feature you.
Thank
on
you guys for
Mouth
having
Shop
Thank
us.
you.
Vlogs.
Yeah, we
Ladies and gentlemen, Rotten Disgust.
Rolling pozole.
show them
AKA.
where we're from.
Boy.
And
Roy with the boys.
Roy's and the boys.
Rulo con los culos.
yeah, we had a blast. It was cool to catch up with you guys. Always love seeing you guys at shows.
Thank you.
And you know one thing I can say? These guys are the dudes who go to shows that they don't play.
Oh yeah.
And that's a rare species right there, man. So,
I try my
much love
best
to you
to do
guys.
Whenever we can, we try our best.
And we'll see you guys next week on the Metal Shop Vlogs.
Y'all have a good night.